The window's kind of dirty, so hopefully you can see these pretty blossoms. It looked like it was snowing all day, but it's just the blossoms falling off the trees. Thought I would show you what's for supper tonight. So, a lot of people ask what we do with the venison. And this is ground venison. We use it exactly like you would use ground beef. So this is sloppy joe casserole, and I have a Hawaiian roll here. And yes, it is a super tiny portion. My stomach doesn't work too good, so I can't eat a lot of food at one time, or sometimes not very much during the day. But this will suffice. I may or may not be hungry later. We'll see. But Kevin will not be home for supper, so I'm on my own. So this is what I'm having.
Well, hello my friends, this is Kevin, the Homemaker husband. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for choosing to spend a few moments with us here this afternoon, or it's afternoon for us. I haven't put a video up for 2 weeks, just resting, trying to regroup a little bit and adjust ourselves to our new reality here, I guess. So yeah. Very, very small little grocery order here today. Some necessities, some wants, maybe even a need or two. Yeah, I guess there's definitely a need in there. But other than that, it's pretty small. But I'm going to show you that. And then if you bear with me, I have a couple little product reviews I want to do for you. And I make no money off it. I want to do it. And after that, I have a couple things that I will bore you to tears with. So if you're interested, I'll give you a heads up, certainly. And if you're interested, you can watch. So stay tuned. I'll show you the few groceries that we got. Okay, friends, I'm going to show you these 3 items real quick, just because this is literally what we're going to have for lunch. And I'm going to be opening these packages, so I'm not showing them to you with the rest of the small grocery haul. So we bought a package of these at 6 Bellagio Toscana sausage buns. I bought a package of mild Italian sausage. Now we have some of these that are frozen solid, but we just decided this morning that we would have them for lunch, so it's just easier to cook these from thawed, and then I will package the rest and freeze them as well. And also ready crisp bacon, real bacon, to go on our sausage. So that's going to be lunch for today. Okay, once again, starting from my right and going left here, I'll show you what we got. So I guess I'll start right here. We got a bottle of this Classico Italian sausage, peppers and onion sauce there. We are going to make a fagioli soup, and that is one of the ingredients. Also, a can of dark red kidney beans. I believe that's going in the soup too. Pretty sure. Got another package of this fully cooked bacon that we like so much. And 3 boxes actually here of this beef broth. Now, it was on sale, but all they had was this 30% less sodium. So now we have to add 30% more sodium, but we can do it. So yeah. Also, 1 tube of these country biscuits and a tube of the flaky rolls. Better price when you buy 2, plus we are wanting them, so yeah. Got another dozen eggs, because you know how we like our eggs. I hear egg prices are coming down in the US now, so that's a good thing. If you're in an area where the price is still high, just hold on, they're coming down. So, and a tube of this medium ground beef, that's probably for the soup as well. And a package of raspberries. Now this was, I can say right off, was $3.97. It's not very many berries, but they're my favorite berry. Pretty soon I'll be able to go pick some, so yeah. But I wanted some for dessert, actually. We needed a package of these beef cubes, so I got one. Maybe I should have got two, but also a package of these Wonder hamburger buns and the King's Hawaiian rolls. They are really good. We like them. So anyway, last weekend we made a Sloppy Joe casserole, it's called, and eat one of them with a bowl of that stuff, and it was just so good. Very good. Picked up one of these no sugar added chocolate bars for myself, I guess. Yeah. And a fresh bunch of celery and a green pepper here. Pretty good looking peppers. We found, since they opened the no frills, produce like this looks better at Walmart. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Got 2 of these for my bottled water. I needed some SOS pads as well. Never know exactly when I'm going to use one, but I did use the last one here a week or 2 ago, and I like to have them on hand. Now this is the need here I mentioned. I had shown a while ago in a video that I bought a razor that goes with this. 2 blades and 1 razor was $8 compared to $16 for the Gillette one. And these 4 blades, it's 4 blades, a 4-pack of 5 blade cartridge refills to give you the long and dirty of it. And they were $8 for 4, so it's a good price. They work good, very good actually, for about a couple of weeks, and then they start to get dull, but so do the other ones. And also some magic erasers. I have some spots here that I want to get cleaned up, and magic eraser will do it. And also, if you notice, I guess you can't help but notice because I'm showing you, our other scale is getting inaccurate, and the reason I know that is because if you step on it 3 different times, one day it'll give you 3 different weight readings, and then the next time it'll give you 3 of the same. But and you can weigh yourself in 5-minute intervals and get different measurements each time. And I picked this one because I like that weight. I thought it would be good, so we'll just keep that. Oh, and I guess I missed my coffee cream here. That's the French side, I guess, and that's the English side. I'm liking that, so yeah, we just keep right on doing that. And then, of course, 2 cases of water. We don't want to get too far down on water because the warm weather's coming, and that'll be gone in a heartbeat. First really warm days we got. So that's the small grocery haul. Plus, some 3 products that I opened for our lunch, and Michelle can insert that little video here because I did show them. Okay, my friends, the first thing that I want to kind of review, and I must say that I will be trying these more in the future, and if anything changes with my thoughts on this product, I will let you know. What I'm going to talk about just for a moment is, if you'll remember, we bought a set of walkie-talkies. These are Bushnell LPX 550, 2-watt radios, 60 channel, and I'd have to get the book to tell you exactly how many of them are basically private channels. Now, if somebody across the road, per se, had radios like these with those private channels, and I'm sure there's other brands as well that could use these same frequencies, but so far, in the amount of time that we've used them, had them on, we have them on one of the upper channels that's unique to these radios, and we've never heard anybody else. Now we can go down in the lower channels during the weekdays and we can hear the construction workers, like, because you can press these to scan, and as it scans on the construction site over there, they use radios, and it'll stop and you can hear them talking. But obviously on the weekend so far, nothing. Maybe Monday, it is a holiday technically here in Canada, Victoria Day, and I'm off, but sometimes those construction guys, there's different crews, and some of them work on holidays. So with Michelle inside our apartment here, I went for a walk one day last weekend, and I took the radios with me, or this radio with me, and I tried it at various locations, and the furthest away I tried it, so keeping in mind she's inside the building, and there's apartment buildings in between here and where I was, and also I was down a hill. I don't know how much, I could check the elevation, see the difference, but probably 5 meters below this, and there's woods, forest, and homes in between. The furthest away I got on my walk was probably, if it's not a mile, very close to a mile. And I called her, and she answered me, a little bit of static, but still we could have had a conversation. So if these radios will reach a mile, or maybe a mile and a half, if I was talking to somebody who was not inside a building, I would be very happy with this. Very happy. So I told you in that video why we thought radios would be a good idea, and we use it inside the apartment here. It's just so much easier for us to talk on these, even though she's only 25 or 30 feet away. It's so much easier to just talk on these than it is to holler over the dishwasher or the washing machine dryer, whatever, right? So yeah, highly recommend them. And if you're doing any kind of prepping whatsoever for anything, a good set of two-way radios would definitely be something you should have on your list, if not already on your list. So yeah, and these, as I said, Bushnell, I never heard tell of Bushnell radios really before until I went looking. I did a fair amount of comparison shopping, and this was the best price I could get. I had said I bought them on Amazon. I don't believe I said in the video the price I paid. Now here's the kicker. I ordered these off Amazon in my name, and I got them for $107 and a few cents, right to the door here. Michelle has a Prime account in her name, and when she was going to order them, they were nearly $40 more. I think it was $35 more on Prime. Whereas when I put them in my cart, there was a 40% off coupon, which is substantial. So we bought them in my name, and I got them here for $107 for 2 radios. And that's a good price, and they're a good working radio. This one here has rechargeable batteries in it. You can put AAA batteries in, or you can put the rechargeable ones in. It came with the charging base for both radios. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. So getting a little long on that one. Anyway, hopefully it didn't bore you too much. And the second thing I want to talk about is this. It's a Starfrit salad spinner. Now the last one we had, I broke it a while ago. It had a cord on it, and I used to crank it like I was starting my dad's 1967 Boa ski snowmobile, and I wore it out pretty quick. So this one here is collapsible, and because we are apartment dwellers at this stage of our life anyway, probably always will be, but we always need space, right? We want everything to be as compact as possible. So here's the bowl. It's kind of there. That pops out like that. And then there's the bottom, right? And I don't know whether, kind of need 3 hands to do that, but I don't know whether that showed or not. So that's the bowl. And you see how flat it was before. You just can crank that. It has a silicone base there, so when you put it on the countertop, it takes quite a hold. And you can see it was in this box, so it folds down quite well. It works really good. So that, we bought that at Walmart, and it was $35, I believe. It's 4 liter, and it works good, and it stores in a smaller space. The next one down that they had was 3.7 liters, which hardly makes a difference, but it didn't compact like that. So I thought personally that this would be the way to go. So I'm just saying, if you're looking for space-saving ideas, this is one, and it does seem to work very good. So that's my 2 reviews. The second thing, or the third thing I'm going to talk about, just try to do it quite quickly here. As you all know, we had an election not too long ago, and it didn't really turn out the way I was hoping. And you know what? God's in control. I could talk about that for a long time, and I think I will, but on the other channel. God's in control. The election didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, and I seriously believe that what we are seeing is a nation under judgment from God, and for good reason. Now, this liberal government that's in, right now they're up to just 1 seat shy of a majority government. Now, the night of the election, I think they were 3 or 4 seats shy. But as the old saying goes, if you're not happy with the results, just keep counting votes until it comes out right. So that's basically what they're doing. So before they're done, I would expect that they'll have the 173 seats that they need to form a majority government. And if they do, I am not joking, they will wipe this nation out. And that is their plan. Now, I had one very kind woman comment that she voted for the Liberals because she thought Mark Carney was better suited to deal with Mr. Trump. And that really is why most of the people that voted Liberal was so they thought Mark Carney could deal with Mr. Trump. Now, if you saw the entire video that they did of their meeting in the White House, it's been near 2 weeks ago now, be 2 weeks on Tuesday, I believe, you will see that just as I knew would happen, Carney sat there like a little mouse, and Donald Trump just walked all over him. Mark Carney is no match for Donald Trump, and the whole world, without getting into all the minutia of it, and there's lots of people that like to argue with me, and that's fine. You can argue. You're just wrong, but that's okay. Lots of people are wrong. But anyway, and that sounds terribly arrogant, but if you went anywhere besides CBS and CTV to learn something about Mark Carney, you would never have voted for him. He has appointed his cabinet now, and they're all 23 of them really are recycled Trudeau people. And we must remember that Mark Carney was Justin Trudeau's fiscal advisor for the last 5 or 6 years of his administration, right? So nothing has changed. This is just Trudeau 2.0, only Mark Carney is worse. So if you thought you were voting for the man who was going to handle Trump, you were wrong, you were deceived, you didn't do your research, and now we're going to live with the consequences of it. So buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. That's going to include, by the year 2035, no more gasoline-powered cars or vehicles are going to be allowed to be sold. They're going to do away with. They want to do away with fossil fuel everything. Fossil fuel is not a good name, by the way, but they want to do away with all of that stuff, and they will. They want everything to be electric. there's just so much. There's so much. And I can't go into it all. But we also, after that video, had one woman comment, and she left a comment about that long. And Michelle blocked her and erased the comment. I wish that I had thought to take a picture of it before she got blocked, because that comment disappeared. She started out by saying, "Oh, Kevin and Michelle, you are so lost." And then she just proceeded to go on and on and on about all the great things that the Liberal government was going to bring, right? Including a dental plan that's absolutely garbage. If you've ever read anything on it, and I have, I can't remember the details now. The dentists all hate it and don't want to get on board. And you basically got to be homeless before you can get anything, and then you still have to pay about 50% yourself. So it's not like it's a great plan. The Pharmacare plan is, well, it's not all that's cracked up to be either. The $10 a day babysitting that Trudeau promised the last election, nobody can get that. Very, very few people qualify. That's the problem with all these social programs, is almost nobody qualifies. And this woman, she went on and on and on and on and on about how we this and we that and we this and we that. And no, we don't. That's the thing. People like us, in Michelle and I's socioeconomic position, we don't benefit anything from any of these programs. We make just enough money that we don't qualify at all, but we get taxed up the wazoo to pay for them. Also, what else had she said? She said something, everything she said was garbage. I wish I had the comment, and then I could go line by line and just refute everything she said. She was over the top, and the last thing she said was, "And now I'm going to go unsubscribe." And I felt bad that she was going to unsubscribe, because I wanted to kick her off, right? But anyway, she's gone. Good riddance. And now we all get to reap the benefits of this Liberal government, and they will get a majority, even if they have to. They've been trying to woo some of the other minority parties into their Liberal camp. So far, none of them have come, but just now the bribe will get big enough and somebody will come over and they will have a majority government. And the difference between a minority government and a majority government, if they're a majority government, they can go their first term, they can go as long as 5 years before the next election. If it was a minority government, they generally collapse within a year, year and a half, 2 years max, right? And then you get an election. But that won't happen this time if they get that majority. So anyway, I have rambled for a long time about that. I'm going to read a Bible verse and talk to you just for 1 minute, and then I'll let you go. So stay tuned. Okay, first I want to say this. The last couple of weeks since this election happened and whatnot have been stressful for me. And I have 2.5 more days here. I need to sit down and try to do a video for the other channel. If I do, I'll put up a little community post saying it's up there and telling you all where to go, because there's a name change. Change the name of that channel for reasons I will go into when I get a video up. Now, so yeah, the last couple of weeks have been stressful for me, and I want to talk about that because while it is sinful, there's precedence for it, and I would like to do a video on that. As I said, I have so many video ideas, and this Bible verse that I'm going to read right now really has nothing to do with any of that, but I'll read the verse, talk about it for a second, and probably just wrap up the video. Some of you will comment about it. And anyway, this verse, when I read it, kind of really leapt off the page. And after I read it, I'll explain. So, I'm reading once again out of my New American Standard Bible. This is actually my MacArthur. Is that head upside down? My MacArthur Study Bible. And I really enjoy this Bible. It's extremely helpful. I would highly recommend that. So the verse I want to read is John chapter 3, verse 36. And it says, this is Jesus talking, but he who believes in the Son has eternal life, but he who does not obey the Son will not see life, but the wrath of God abides in him. So I don't know. I'm going to kind of read it again and break it down as I go. He who believes in the Son has eternal life. We've all seen them signs along the highway, right? John 3:16 and whatnot. But he who believes in the Son has eternal life, right? So there's lots of people, my mother included, that will say, I believe. Oh yeah, I believe in Jesus. And that's another whole topic altogether. But the next part is the nut, right? He who believes in the Son has eternal life, but he who does not obey the Son will not see life. So did you pick up on the difference there? Jesus said, he who believes has eternal life, but he who does not obey does not have life, eternal life, right? So in the Hebrew tongue, I am told, the words they use for believing means to hear, also means to hear, but to do as well. I'm butchering that up very much. But here you see the word belief and obey. Jesus is using them interchangeably, right? If you don't obey means you don't believe. So for anybody that says, I believe in Jesus, but you see nothing in their life that has anything to do with demonstrating a walk with Christ, they're non-believers. And that verse just seemed so important to me this week when I read it earlier in the week. And I even thought then I wanted to share it. So once again, John chapter 3, verse 36. He who believes in the Son has eternal life, but he who does not obey the Son will not see life, but the wrath of God abides on him. So yeah, I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but yeah, I gotta do another video. So anyway, once again, I just want to say there's quite a few of you that have asked me to pray for you, and I want you to know I'm doing it every day. And if I know a name, I pray by name. If I don't know a name, I just pray, right? God knows who you are and what your issue is. So yeah, I'm praying, thankful for each and every one of you. Just so much, but I'm extremely grateful for all of you. So keep watching, please. So I'll just say God bless and bye for now.